So I'm going to put a question to you guys. What 3 items in Melvor Idol would you prioritise, or should I say, get as soon as making a character on Melvor? Now, honestly, I've been thinking about this, and there's 3 items that come to mind straight off the bat. Now, I would love to know what you guys think, in what order or what 3 items would you state. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. But without further ado, this is my top 3 items that I would get regardless of what mode it is, as soon as possible. So in 3rd place is the Crown of Relics. Now this is a massively RNG item to get. You need to get the Circlet of Relics part from certain skills, and then switch over to other skills to get the other half, which is the Jewel of Relics, and then combining them together. Now I know this is more RNG, but my idea is once you get one of the parts, switching over to a skill that gives you the other part is something that you should be doing, because obviously it might take you ages to get. Now I think it's a 10% chance to preserve resources, and then with the stones it goes up to 25%, so it is relatively good to try and get that as soon as possible. In 2nd place is the Signet ring. Now this is surprising, because I know a lot of people would put Signet ring as their top priority. It gives 10% chance to double resources in certain skills, so obviously if you want some more runes or ammunition, food and stuff like that, it's going to be great for it. Now the problem with this is you gotta have a gold topaz on your person throughout, like what I am doing right now, and you gotta get 2 parts from the non-combat and then 2 parts from the combat. Now I say 2 because Township does have a task where you're giving 2 Signet rings, so if you're going to work towards one, you might as well work towards both of those. So that's in my 2nd spot. And first and finally, the top item that I prioritize over everything else is the Clue Chaser insignia. Now this is probably surprising for you, and I have a reason for that. So one of the things is with the Clue Chaser insignia is not relatively a hard item to get. Now the requirements are getting 90 in woodcutting, level 60 in fishing, 10 in cooking, and then you do a bunch of tentacle monsters in combat, and then you are left with getting the Clue Chaser insignia. But the issue why I prioritize this over everything else, not because you need a certain amount of items, not because you need to pull them in the bank a certain way, but because of the quantities needed for those items. Because it's not just, oh yeah, you put these items in a certain order in your bank and you got it. No, you have to have a certain amount of quantity for each item. So if we go over again, redwood logs, you need 23 of those. The problem is that if you wait till further along into your gameplay, you'll end up with thousands or even thousands of maple logs or even the other stuff. And the problem is with that is that you have to get rid of it either by using them as resources or selling them depending on how much you have. I remember about a month ago someone mentioned to me that they had to get rid of 100,000 redwood logs. I think it was over 100,000 redwood logs because they accumulated so much and they didn't do it in the beginning. And that's why I state do it at the beginning so that you can then grind out maple logs without needing to get rid of them, or redwood logs and rest. So as you can see, I've got all of this stuff in order. The burnt cavefish can get by the tentacle in the sandy shores. Now it is a 1 in 81 chance, but since the cooking rework they don't do burnt fish, so this is the only way you can get it. 1 in 81 chance. It is a relatively low. Also, I had to get 5 burnt cavefish because Township had a task that you give in 1 and you get 30 perfect cavefish. And yeah, so this is how we're gonna do. So we need 42 maple logs in the first tab in our bank. Then we're gonna have 23 redwood logs. We need 16 swordfish, 15 crab, 8 herring, and then last but not least the cavefish. And doing so will get the clue chase for insignia. Now even if those were in the same order and you don't get it, then you can switch things back and forth and then you'll probably get it. Now if it's already in your bank, you won't get another one. So what we're going to do is I want to get, so I'm assuming that I'm saying that you should at least have 2, because there's 5 equipment slots that you can get in total in this game. You're going to use 3 for your melee, ranged and magic sets, and then you got 2 sets which will probably be 1 for everything and 1 for pretty much summoning. So you're going to want to do that. So we're going to equip on the neck. We're going to get another one and we're going to equip on the neck. I'm going to get another one and I'm going to equip on the neck on the 3rd one, and I might as well do another one. I might as well get a 4th one. So now that I got that, it means that I've got 4 in my thing. So if I'm not going to accidentally sell them, but it is always nice to have one in my bank, especially with hardcore mode, because if I take it out for something else that I've got multiples of, for example the 417, it will add a bank slot to my thing. And yeah, so that's kind of where I have been going. Now one of the things that I have been trying to do, because I am going to be 100% in this game, is we got barbarian fishing at the moment. I need to get all of these to level 99 so I can get rid of the gloves. Now I'm not sure whether I need the gloves for something. It doesn't say that I need it for a task on Township, so that's good. So I can get rid of these as soon as possible once I 99 all of the fish in the barbarian. So, or I could just use up the mastery experience pool, but I don't really want to do that, especially with the these fish, because they do give me strength and it'll be better for thing. So going back to the items, currently I have 2 Signet ring half A's. That's from doing non-combat consistently. I need to switch over and do the combat aspect and try and get 2 there. The only issue with that is because I don't have auto loot yet, because I'm not strong enough to do the Spider Queen Forest. Yeah, so I either have to go offline and pretty much grind out the dungeons, or I have to wait till I get the auto eat in order to not the auto eat, the auto loot before doing that. Otherwise I've got to keep my eye on it, and yeah, I don't really want to do that. So I might just go off and try and do some dungeons, get some mama chicken stuff, or undead is it? Undead graveyard, the standard chest. So try and get these chests, because I know that they go straight into my bank anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. And then as for the circlet part, we have 3 of these, and obviously again I need to do skills that give me the jewel half, and then I'm pretty much done with the 3 priority items. So I'm kind of hoping that I get them as soon as possible. I do find that the Signet ring half A is harder to get than the combat one, but that's just me. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, come back in a bit and we'll go from there. So since the Clue Chaser insignia, what have I done? Well, I needed better gear, so I had to do mining for the ores, and then I had to do some smithing. I pretty much grinded up smithing to level 57, got all of the mithril stuff, and then upgraded those, and I've pretty much been going through upgrading the bronze, the iron, the steel gear, and the mithril gear. I'm wearing the mithril gear at the moment, and then I'll do the exact same thing with adamant, rune, and dragon. So now that I got better gear, I had to then figure out what's my best way to get prayer points. Well, can't do fishing. Well, I can do fishing on skeleton fish, but because I don't have the skill cape and I have a 30% chance of a special item, it's gonna be slow-winded to do that, so I'd rather not do that. My second option was crafting the urns, but I would have to get to level 50 crafting. I would also have to get fire making, some ash from fire making, then rune crafting to level 40, and then alt magic to level 40. Would have been a lot of work, so instead I've opted for getting rune crafting to level 40 and alt magic to level 56 for blessed offerings, which means now that I can get quite a few of these, and I can get quite a few prayer points in a relatively short time. I think quicker than doing the urns at this point in time, because I'd need to get crafting up and fire making. It's going to be quicker. So since I got prayer done and better equipment, the next thing I needed to do was I needed to get the amulet of looting. So I started going against the undead graveyard. We got quite a few chests, which I might open now in a bit. And then I did spider forest. I opened the chests when I accumulated a couple of them, and I managed to get 2 amulets of looting. One I pretty much exchanged for a task in township, and the other one I am currently wearing at this point in time. So what we're going to do, I have 19 of the standard chests. The only one that I am really wanting is the amulet of defense or the bone necklace. Everything else I can just, yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have pretty much all of these, but this I'm not too bothered too much about. So we're going to open that, and we got a mithril battle axe. So yeah, pretty much sell. Yeah, so that's kind of where I was with that. And once I got the amulet of looting, I had to think, well, now I need to try and get the Signet ring half B. That's from the combat aspect side of things. Now, as you can see, I'm going against the goblins. So when looking about the Signet ring, you're looking at the higher the combat level, and also the chance to drop an item. So you want something that drops an item 100% of the time, and you want a high combat level to go with that is relatively easy to kill for your maximum chance of actually getting the Signet ring. Unfortunately, I haven't done that. Yeah, the goblin dropped 100% of the time, but it is combat level 2, so even though I'm killing these, the chance of me actually getting a Signet ring half B is abysmal, to say the least. Why am I doing goblins? Well, there is a pet that requires you to kill 42,000 and I think 69 of these goblins. I currently killed 31,637. Now, I decided to do this in the beginning rather than wait till later on in the game, and then yeah, so this is kind of why I'm doing it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, it's not too bad. I still get a pet at the end of it. So this is kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of days, trying to get through it. We'll see where we are when we've finished it, and then we'll go on to some other stuff. So kind of my thoughts is goblin for the golden goblin pet. If I don't get it, then I'm going to switch over and try and do the master farmer, because I need, how many more? I think I need about 17 more magic tree seeds before I can give in a task in township. And I am looking to do tasks as well, but I'm also trying to refrain from like certain aspects of it, because if it gives me too many items or items that are useful but further on in the future, I won't be giving those in just yet. I don't have any tasks at the moment. Yeah, this one's the one that I'm trying to do. 17 more magic tree seeds, I get 500 back, so why not? Carrot seeds in your bank, 5,000 perfect carrot cakes. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm kind of low on bank space, but I can get rid of these two, and I could probably get rid of that and do my raw shrimp. I can't do the raw whales yet because I'm not cooking level, I think, 95. But yeah, so I've got to kind of keep an eye on things, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'll be back. Okay, so pretty much been off on the goblins for overnight, and no signet ring part B. Not a one. Although, honestly, I did kind of notice that was going to be the case. But we should, in a bit, get the golden goblin pet. Plus 1% chance to double loot in combat. Yes, I don't have to do the golden goblin again, but we are going to do the we don't have to do the goblin again, but we are going to do the range goblin because I haven't done that one yet. So now that we've done that, we've got our monsters there, and I think what I'm going to do for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to cooking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the shrimp. I got 21,377 from there. Not enough to 99 it, but I don't want to 99 it because I want to do this. Cooking success rate is capped at 75%. Grants 100 coal or when failing to cook food. Now, I could do mining, but the problem is with mining is, again, if I'm looking for the items that I want, I've already got 3 of the circlets, and the circlet comes from mining as well, whereas cooking, the jewel part comes from cooking. One of the skills is cooking, so obviously I'm going to do that, and also I then get a lot more coal because mithril takes 4 coal to use, then adamant takes 6, rune takes 8, I think, and then dragon takes, I think, 12 or something. It's something like that. I can't remember the exact stuff, but it would be nice to also get some coal ore, so I might as well use this. I got 100 straight away. So I'm going to stick on this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just switch over to doing the master farmer. I'm going to get about 17 of its magic tree seeds, and once I've done that, I'll figure out another monster to go on. I am determined to get this Signet ring half B, even if it's just one, so that I can just start doing the non-combat stuff with it. That's my plan. That's my goal. So quite literally, after days of playing this game and doing mostly combat, I still haven't managed to get the Signet ring half B, which honestly should be easier to get than the Signet ring half A. But unfortunately, I've kind of, for the moment, kind of decided to sit back and take a step back and do something other than combat. So I'm going on to the non-combat skills. So I'm going to be now focusing on getting the jewel part because I got the crown. That's going to be for skills such as smithing, cooking, summoning, I think fire making, but I think when using summoning as a thing, I am trying to get specific levels. So at level 90, that's when I'm going to start making fire making, because obviously trying to get the marks is painful to do. So I think for the next episode, I am going to try and get Signet Ring half A, Signet Ring half B, or a dual part for the next episode, but I don't know. Now, obviously, Township, I am still collecting ticks, and I still haven't done anything. Yeah, that's going to be fun going through those at some point, but I'm not going to do it right now. I do need to kind of restart my town. Mostly because obviously I need to do the Township starter guide. Because it's going to be easier for me to start it up and then go through and then delete stuff and then redo things that way. I hate Township. Still hate it. But anyway, I'm going to leave this video here for now, and then hopefully in the next episode we'll do more dungeons. I'll figure out some other stuff that I want to do as well. Thank you so much for watching. I also want to thank my Patreon supporters, Anxious Aaron and Missy. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And with that said, thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Ta-ra.